Hey gang, it's Christine here with the Unknown Humans Remain True Crime Podcast. And I'm so excited because all of you showed so much love and support for our last chapter in Off the Rails that I'm so excited to bring you the first chapter of the third book in the series, which is called Fabric of Deceit. And again, these books are based off of, they're fictionalized accounts of real cases that we spotlight here on the Unknown Humans Remain True Crime podcast. Lets you into a little bit of the story, what the real work and the real life is being a forensic genetic genealogist. If you're interested in doing that, feel free to reach out to me. But as you may or may not know, the sale of these books help us donate to police departments so we can get this work done. Just this week, I was talking to an agency. They've got 2 UHR cases, that's unknown human remains cases, and we'd like to get that lab work taken care of that for them. And then my team volunteers to do the forensic genetic genealogy. So I'll shut up. I'll let you get to the chapter. This time I put the whole chapter together, so hopefully that will work out better. And please, if you would, share. The QR code is there if you'd like to purchase a copy of the book. And thank you so much for your kind words and your support in helping me expand on my mission and get all these poor folks identified. All right, to the audio.
Olivia stood amidst towers of case files and forensic equipment that filled the small office from floor to ceiling. Her long blonde hair was pulled back in a tight bun, not a single strand astray, and her sharp green eyes carefully scanned the labels on each file box as she slid them into precise alphabetical order on the shelves. "I don't know how we accumulated so many cases over the years," she muttered to herself. Olivia stretched to reach the top shelf, her heels lifting off the ground for a brief moment before she slid the box into place. She turned at the sound of the door opening behind her to see her partner Lily entering the office. Olivia gave her a warm smile. "Morning. I'm just trying to organize this mess so we can actually find what we need in here." Lily laughed, her short white hair bouncing as she shook her head. "Good luck with that. I've given up hope of this office ever being tidy." Olivia sighed. Lily was right. Given their workload, the task was likely futile, but she couldn't stand the cluttered chaos. As Lily settled in at her desk, Olivia paused to stare out the small window overlooking the park across the street. She thought of the victims and families they've helped over the years. It always drove her, the chance to provide answers and closure. "We should start that podcast, the one we talked about in Harborville," she said suddenly, turning back to Lily. "To share these stories more widely, I'm thinking it could really make a difference." Lily looked up as Olivia spoke, grinning. "I've been thinking the same thing," she said enthusiastically. "Let's do it." Olivia's smile sent a surge of excitement through Lily. They both lived for this work, driven by the chance to provide answers. With the lack of funding experienced by most all of the police departments, a podcast could spread their mission further, raising awareness of the dire situation and hopefully raising funds. "What were we going to call it? Unknown Humans Remain?" Lily asked. "Highlighting these cold cases and telling the stories behind them. There are so many people out there waiting for closure. I can't believe NAMUS is over 14,500 people." Olivia nodded, leaning against her desk. "The numbers are staggering. I love that name. We could choose a compelling unsolved case for each episode." Her sharp green eyes lit up as she warmed to the idea. Lily could see the spark of passion in her partner. They both wanted to bring peace to grieving families. This podcast could help them do more of it. "Let's make a list of potential cases," Lily said eagerly, making a note. "We'll research them, pick the most intriguing ones." Olivia was excited. She was ready to shine a light on these unknown humans, to bring them home at last through the power of genetic genealogy. Later that day, after reviewing a new case in the conference room, Olivia was staring up at the corkboard on the wall. It was covered in photos of victims, crime scenes, and genetic ancestry charts. Each one represented a case to be solved, closure found. Lily could tell something was on Olivia's mind. "What's going on in that head of yours?" Lily asked. "I don't know, Lily," she said. A podcast seems like a massive time commitment. Do we really want to add that workload on top of our cases? Lilly could see the hesitation in Olivia's eyes. She knew her partner always approached new ventures with caution. It was one of the things that made her such a skilled investigator. Olivia bit her lip. The idea intrigued her, but the practical side of her mind spun with potential obstacles. We'd have to research each story, script it all out, edit the audio. Her voice trailed off. Lilly waved a hand dismissively. "Oh, we can figure all that out," she said. "Think of the people we can help." "You're right," Olivia said, meeting Lily's eyes. "Our work does matter. If the podcast can help families get answers, then it's worth it." Lilly smiled and put a hand on her friend's shoulder. "I knew you'd come around." Olivia returned the smile, her resolve cementing. "Well then, let's start researching potential cases. We've got people to find." Lilly pulled out her phone and scheduled a time that they both were free later in the week. Done! The two shared a determined look. This was just the beginning. It was a Thursday evening of the next week, and the ladies were in Olivia's office, Lilly on the love seat, and Olivia in her favorite red plush chair. Olivia's mind was already racing ahead to the tasks at hand. "We'll need to set some criteria for selecting which cases to cover," she said, grabbing a notepad and pen. "The first one should really grab listeners' attention." Lilly nodded eagerly. "Absolutely. It needs to be an intriguing mystery with enough evidence and leads for us to pursue." Olivia jotted down notes. Location, estimated year, DNA availability, potential for identification. "We should focus on the human side too," Lilly added. "Ones where we can really convey the emotional impact on the families left behind." Right. Olivia added empathy, family participation, closure potential to her list. This podcast had to be about more than just the science. It was about seeking justice. Satisfied, Olivia tapped the notepad with her pen. "I think we have our selection criteria. Now to start going through cases." "I'm so excited about this, Olivia," Lilly said with a broad smile. "Think of the questions we'll finally be able to answer. The unknown humans we can identify after so many years." Olivia nodded. "Okay, here we go. Unknown Humans, Remain True Crime Podcast is official." She met Lily's gaze. Together, they would make a difference. The hunt for answers started today, and with that, they put their laptops on their laps, and nothing was heard but the sound of tapping on the keyboard.